Hey, it's me, your girl Cynthia Bailey, and I've been hanging out with your girl, the queen of reality TV, Kamisha Reviews.
All right, guys, welcome back to Commission Reviews, the queen of reality TV. I hear a little echo.
Uh,
Bryce, you have headphones, baby?
Yes, ma'am. Let me get them real quick.
Hey, I don't have y'all numbers on here. Hold on. Do you have your number on here, Blake? What does that say on the bottom? Is that your number?
it says Squid Game the challenge.
Hold on, I'm gonna add it. What's your number?
286.
You wanna always have your number on there so they know who you are. Bryce,
Okay.
what's your number, Bryce? I'm gonna change it right now.
It's a 285.
I should have known that. Okay.
Not bad.
No. Yeah, you want to advertise your number because there's so many of you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, we are starting now. My first question I always ask, no matter what show that I'm actually covering, what is your intro to the show? Were you recruited or did you seek them out? Hold on.
Okay. So I can answer this question. So I actually saw an ad on Instagram for the show. I was scrolling through people's stories while I was at work, actually, and that's when I applied. So once I saw the ad, I scrolled past it, and then I was like, I'm not gonna worry about that. Then I scrolled back and I said, it's so easy to apply. It was only a minute video, I think, or 2 minutes maybe, and you had to answer some questions. So my coworker went on break, and I said, if I can make the video and answer the questions before she gets back, I'm gonna submit the video, and I was able to.
Did y'all decide to do it together or was it more the other person telling somebody else? Well, how did y'all get it together? I want to know this because this is unique.
So I'm actually when I'm a fan of the show now, but I had never seen the show. And Bryce
Oh,
was a
wow.
big fan. So when he applied, and you get your call and everything like that. At the end of his call, he mentioned he was like, one of the most important things to me is my relationship with my twin brother. And so the casting person was like, twin. They're like, hold on, and then they were like, get him to apply. So I had to like apply and submit all of my videos, and then from that point on, we did everything together. Our calls were together, our Zooms, interviews, everything was together.
Right. Y'all are so cute, by the way. Both of y'all hair is gorgeous. Love the hair.
Thank you so much.
It's giving the curls. It's popping. Okay. So it's a really cute idea, and I saw they had like the dual people. I saw the different
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
So I guess it was a theme. They were kind of. I think y'all probably brought it. And they said, you know what? Let's go ahead and just do more than one.
Mhm.
So tell me about your experience actually getting into the dorm because I feel like this season, even though it wasn't shown a lot from talking to you guys, it got a little bit messy behind the scenes.
Oh,
I do like getting a little bit messy. It's okay. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. So I want you guys to give me the tea. To be honest, like for the first challenge, I feel like with the counting was very dramatic. I've heard so many different things. People passing out. It was hot. People about to fight. They coming at her crazy. She started late. It was a lot. So you guys give me your version about that first challenge because it was very dramatic, and I wasn't even there.
So when they had announced that was the game, before we walked in there, Bryce and I just kept looking at each other. We kept like whispering because they were telling everybody not to talk, but we kept whispering. We were like, like if it's an individual game, just try your best, do whatever. And then we walk in there and we realize it's just a game that we don't really have very much control over. We have to trust those people that count. So we were just kind of sitting in the back, like, I mean, if they miscount like one thing, then we're going home. But we just kept telling each other, if it's meant to be, it'll be, and we'll go past. But we were very, very nervous. Like I kept like having to drink water and stuff, like because I was about to pass out because I was so nervous because they wouldn't tell us anything. And then we went in there, and then we sat in that room for like 15 minutes probably without anybody telling us what the game was, and I was like, I didn't know what that was.
Okay.
But, yeah.
And then we sat for like about 15 to 20 minutes without them saying anything. Then obviously the cameras cut, and then it was like another hour or two before we even got told again what we were playing. So everybody's mind was just racing. Blake and I were thinking it might be like human tic-tac-toe because we saw the button and in the area we were like, okay, they could space that out. I think somebody actually did say it was accounting. Somebody I think did say something. We're gonna have to do something, then press the button. So somebody was right on the right track.
Okay.
But Blake and I kind of just came to terms. We were like, we aren't gonna volunteer for that. So whatever it is, if we go home, we just have to go home.
Yeah, we were scared half to death. I didn't. We're not very good at math, so
Okay.
I was like,
I'm not even. Don't feel bad. I'm not.
I couldn't do it, and I was like, I would send everybody in this room home, base behind me. So I was just like, I'll just let one of them count, and if it's meant to be,
yeah. I
So
tried to count to
I'm
like
sorry. Go
40
ahead.
something. I tried to keep counting, and then I just stopped at like 40, and I was like, I just whatever. I don't care. we go home.
The nurse that did she volunteer or what? Because I'm trying to figure. Okay, so she did volunteer.
Yeah, so she was in the other room, but we were in the X's, but we heard that she just volunteered because she knew CPR. So we weren't in that room, sadly, but we did get to speak with her a little bit before the game started.
Oh, y'all did? Okay,
yeah, so she actually tried to get Bryce and I to volunteer to go be the duo that go up. She like kind of went and looked at us and was like, y'all should go do it. Y'all should go do it. It didn't get shown. But that's how we knew her. And then when we watched the show, we were like, oh my gosh, she was the one everybody was talking about.
Okay, so what exactly happened with her? Because she's not on social media. Like she's on nowhere. And I was wondering is because of what happened that day, because what everyone was saying, a lot of people got mad at her. She's an older woman to me. I can't see myself yelling at an older woman, but from what I've heard, they were all coming to her. I know you weren't in the room, but I'm pretty sure you came out. They told you what happened. What did you hear? Because I heard it was a lot for her.
Yeah.
So we heard that the O's room was a lot more chaotic than they showed. It was a lot. She started late, but I think they finished early, so they were off like completely. So it was just a lot of miscounting. And as you can see, she did say, "Don't blame me," and damn it, did those people blame her? And I feel bad for her, but I also am like, they could have volunteered as well.
That's
true. It's kind of just everybody's responsibility. That's what Blake and I said. If we go home because of these people counting and they mess up, that's also our fault
because you didn't go up there.
Okay, exactly. Like we didn't volunteer.
Wow. Yeah, we haven't gotten a clear answer on, because I keep asking people that were in the O's room, like, well, if y'all saw that she was, doing this, and obviously she's going too fast, too slow, whatever, why didn't anybody go up there and just like start counting, or why didn't y'all start counting to yourself and do something? I don't know, but I haven't gotten a clear answer on that.
Oh, I can tell you why. Because they were scared. They didn't want to blame. It was weak as I don't know what. You can't blame her when you guys was too scared yourself to get up because you didn't want to have the same blame on you. You just wanted to have her win and save all of y'all. That's what that was. Period.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I do
they
believe
didn't want to
that,
take the blame.
There you
go. I do believe
most
of the hate she's getting is because of that. And people it's kind of easy just, blame one person and just all that other stuff. And I don't think that the girl beside her is getting a lot of blame either, but she was also up there. So I'm not really confused why they're just blaming her when if she's obviously miscounting.
Wait. I'm sorry. Who's beside her? I think I might have interviewed her yesterday. Is it Jana? You talking about her?
She had the really nice hair and bun, really nice skin, tan skin.
Yeah.
I have to go take a look. I interviewed somebody and she said she was standing right by her. So I don't know if that's the same person or not. She had a great personality, by the way. But I don't know if that's the same one. She said I was standing right by her and she said she was telling everybody to shut up because she said while she was trying to count, they were yelling at her so loud. And I feel like that maybe distracted her from counting. But another cast member telling me the reason why they lost, not because we're counting too slow, is because the twin hit it early. Now I don't know what to believe. So what did you think? What is your opinion about that?
We also heard that they
I think it's a little bit
were
of
just kind of saying like, and if it was my position, if I was the one pressing the button, I would be counting too. Like just so if somebody tells me to press it at 300 seconds, well, I'm not gonna look like an idiot and press it 2 minutes early.
Right.
Like I don't think he was counting, so I feel like somebody just yelled at him to press it, and then they. And so, the consistency that I heard, is that the O's knew that they were eliminated. Like they knew that they were going home for the majority of them. I feel like they knew that they were going home because they knew that they were too early, way off, and it was just a mess.
That is insane.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. So that's a lot. So. What else happened after this? Because like this was only the first one, so like I don't know what to expect for y'all journey. What happens to you guys after this?
So after we won, we got to celebrate for a long time. It's not shown as much; it's just us clapping. But we got to have like a whole big old celebration. We ate what they said was dinner, but in the UK, I think they have dinner earlier than us, or it's either earlier or later. I can't remember.
Right.
So I was trying to make up the time. So it was around like 7 or 8 at night.
Okay.
I remember that specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we got to go back into the dorms, and we were in the dorms for a long time, just talking and having conversations. Blake and I, once we went back into the dorms, we started strategizing about the next game.
Okay.
So I told him multiple times, I think it's going to be pentathlon. I said, I don't think it's going to be the same games because of the difficulty level. I didn't think Gonji was on there. So we were talking about what we should do. And if they start dividing up in teams or whatever happens with that, we need to figure out what we're going to plan ahead.
Okay.
But the thing about that is Blake and I knew 3 people were getting eliminated before anybody else because I came back in and I did not have a bed for me. So everybody had a bed that they kind of took off their jacket. So you'll see in the show, I have my jacket on and zipped up and like basically nobody else has theirs on. It's because I don't have a bed to put it on.
Yep.
So I didn't have one, and 2 other people didn't have one. It was me, an older lady, and then somebody else. And somebody gave up a bed, and then it was just like some people weren't looking for one. But I realized that, and so Blake told me that he thought it was going to be like whoever doesn't have a bed, those 3 are going to have to do something. So he was telling me to prepare for like a game or something.
Right. Gotcha. So what? Oh my God! So what happened after that? Because like it did get kind of. When y'all was over there talking, I was like, something is going on, and then the other twins, something's going on. So come on, because y'all was really catching it. Y'all was clocking it. Y'all was clocking it.
We were. So when we were all sitting down, and I think like maybe my time is off, but it was like an hour because when the other twin walked back in, I looked at Bryce. I said, "What?" Like there wasn't really a big announcement or nothing, it's just kind of edited, but like he walked in. So everybody was like really, really shocked. Even his brother was. And I was like, oh my gosh, good for his brother. And I remember looking at Bryce because I don't think they showed it enough, but there was a lot of people like overly happy. And I was just like, do y'all realize like he's coming back into the game and he's like probably going to take somebody else's spot.
No, I saw you saying that you were clocking it. It's so like you guys, it's like it. I don't know. When I was watching you guys, I was like, I have to talk to them because they were clocking it and nobody was paying attention. These 2 guys are a threat. These guys are moving and shaking in this house, a dorm, I'm sorry, and you guys are not seeing it, and you guys were clocking it, and they clocked you guys. But go ahead and continue. We'll continue. Go ahead.
But we saw that, and I had looked to Bryce, and I was like, why is everybody so happy?
Interesting.
So this is what they don't show, and I hated it because it would have been a better TV. So the twins and Bryce and I, the ones that eliminated us, we actually had somewhat of a relationship.
Okay.
So when we first got into the dorms, we were talking, and there was like a twin alliance. So when he came back into the dorm, I had told Bryce, I said, he's probably going to have to eliminate somebody. And I know you probably saw me ask, I was like, do you think they're about to eliminate somebody? And Bryce was like, well, no, I don't think so. And after that, I had told him, I said, they're definitely going to. But they also don't show, they came up to Bryce and I like 10 different times. They asked us what we would do with the money. They were asking us all types of questions. I guess they were still making their decision or something. But Bryce and I see a lot of people commenting, why would you shake their hands? So mind you, it's like 12 o'clock in the morning. We had not had any water. Bryce and I both had to use the bathroom. We're starving. Didn't eat the dinner. So we don't remember them shaking our hands. When we saw that, that was the first time I had even remembered. I was like, oh, that's how they eliminated us.
Right. It's crazy.
But yeah, we didn't think it was, because I was thinking strategy the entire time. I said it would be the dumbest strategic move for them to eliminate another set of twins. So Bryce and I thought we were good. I was like, if they're probably going to eliminate somebody, but it won't be another set of twins because that's stupid. That's just going to paint them as a bigger target. But
and it did.
Yep, and that's what happened.
And so what I'm saying is, the way you were clocking it, you knew they were coming for you guys. And even when he was going around talking to we eliminated old girl when she said the money and all that, you guys already knew who did it. Y'all were saying it. Oh, the twins, but nobody was paying attention to that. Why is that?
I think it was because a lot of people, when it doesn't show a lot but when 432, the twin that was on the X's side, our side, when he volunteered, people kind of put him on a pedestal. And Blake and I talked about that a lot. We said that he is going to be carried through the game if his brother or something doesn't come back. We didn't think he was going to come back. So we were like, he is going to be put on a pedestal. So we said we need to stay either away from him or be on his good side to where nobody wants to eliminate us by like association, like, oh, that's his friend, we don't want to eliminate them.
Right.
So we already picked up on that. Then when his brother came back in, that changed it completely, because I knew something. I was like, okay, they're about to get a lot of sympathy, so a lot of people aren't going to be paying attention to them. But Blake and I were. They were going up to multiple people. It was not just Mark and the dad and daughter. I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't think they were ever going to eliminate the dad and daughter,
Okay.
Zoe and Kurt. I really don't think so. I think that was just a brief conversation.
Mhm.
And they came up to us. They came up to the people that were sitting beside us multiple times. They came up and talked to them too. They were asking. They were literally going around talking to like everybody. But majority, they were coming to Blake and I multiple times talking. They would come off like in pairs, and then they would come out like just one of them. 4-3-1 would come. 4-3-2 would come, and then they'd come back together. And then that last time, I think that's when they fully decided, okay, these are who we were going to eliminate.
Why do you think that is, though? Why you want to split you guys up when you guys were working together in the beginning?
I think it was just, I keep saying, like, I don't think that they thought very strategically. I think that they built a relationship with us. And, you know, they picked Jackie, player 107, just because, you know, of her comment about the yacht and everything like that.
Right. I remember that one.
And so hers was kind of easy. So they had to find two more people that, and I'm pretty sure their time was running down. So they had to hurry up and find two people that they knew would shake their hand and probably wouldn't think anything of it, because they had come up to us a million other times.
Okay.
So I think they were just like, well, let's just go get these twins, because, you know, we've come up to them a bunch of times. They'll probably just shake our hand and it'll just be the easiest thing. I genuinely think that was, and I don't think there was a lot of strategy behind it, because they could have they could have went for anybody. And then some people are even telling us they could have just took out one of us and then like took out another set of twins. If they were targeting twins, they could have just done it that way. And then
that's true.
Me and whoever is by themselves. But I don't think there was a lot of strategy for it. And I do believe that them sending us home was one of the main reasons that one of them got voted out. And,
because
go ahead.
We said whenever we got back to our hotel after getting eliminated, we didn't know it was them until we woke up that next morning, and they had us in like isolation, hiding from all the other players who got eliminated because they want to spoil it.
Right.
But they told us that, or we had to go, and they said, well, y'all know somebody eliminated y'all, don't worry about it. And then we had to do some other stuff, and we were like, okay, it has to be him because of him coming back. He's the only person that had like time alone. If we thought it was like they had to go to like somewhere and eliminate us and then come back into the room, we knew it was going to be him.
Okay.
So when we were thinking about that, I tried to come up with reasonings behind his like reasoning. And I truly do think that he thought it, like, if he was by himself as a single person, Blake and I knew the smartest move was to take out a duo. Okay. But as a duo, Blake and I said, when we stepped off the plane, if there's a chance for us to eliminate somebody, we can't eliminate another duo, because that's instantly going to put a target on our back. Because now if there's 5 duos and we just got rid of one of them, now there's 4, you have a 25% more chance to get eliminated.
That makes sense.
Has the choice. And that's literally why he got eliminated, because there was no other duos to choose from. Everybody loved Perla and Jeffrey. Everybody loved the dad and daughter. Everybody loved, I think there was one other one. Or maybe there wasn't another one. It was just them. I mean, like, you're not going to get chosen over them. They were also, like, getting on people's nerves. So I'm like, you could have had, like, people take the fall for you. And Blake and I knew that. So.
Oh, I feel like they clocked y'all because you guys were figuring stuff out. That's why I thought that they did that to you guys, because they noticed you guys were talking amongst each other, because everybody else kind of was like, but I feel like you guys were focused. You had a focused face. You were pointing and looking a little bit. And I just think that them twins was afraid of what you guys can do, because they were becoming the bad guys in the house. You guys would have stayed. Y'all would have been guys that clocked the tea, been the good guys.
Yeah, we were ready.
You know, y'all was ready.
Yeah,
I think they saw it. I think they saw that in you guys and was afraid and was like, let me just take them out, because you guys were literally a threat to them. I mean, not really a threat because you guys were working with them. Not I know that, but on the outside looking in, a threat to them. Yeah. But still not strategic. They should have worked with you. That would have been a really good thing, because they did really well in the house. But till a boy took him out, I was like,
and that's the main reason. And we still had some of the people we were closest to. They didn't show it. But one of our really good friends, she said, like, in her speech, like when she walked up to vote him out, she said, this is mainly because you voted out my friends. And she was like, you shouldn't have done that.
She did say that.
Yeah. And she didn't air a lot of it, but she said, you know, I'm voting to eliminate you because you eliminated them. If you hadn't have done that, then
You're
I mean, if
correct.
he hadn't have done that, he would have had 2 more votes.
Yes.
Because Bryce and I,
Yeah.
like you said, we would not eliminate another duo. We would have kept them, no matter
Yeah,
how.
no matter how much we didn't trust them, we were never going to eliminate them. That
Just
was never
because it
gonna
puts a bigger target on the other duos.
So y'all didn't trust them, pretty much. What y'all saying?
Oh no.
No.
We didn't trust them at all. And I felt like when his brother got isolated or when his brother got eliminated,
Mhm.
we had walked up to the other one and we said, you know, we have your back. I'm sorry that your brother is gone.
Okay.
And, you know, we have your back and whatever. And he was just like, I appreciate that. Thank y'all. And this and that. So I don't know why they would even eliminate us. I guess his brother just didn't vouch for us or he forgot it or something. But I was like, fool, we just said we had your back.
Not fool.
Yeah. We just said you could vouch for us a little bit. Like, dang, we just said we was gonna protect y'all, but I guess he wasn't thinking like that.
I guess, man, y'all wrote that down very well, and that was also a little bit messy on their part. It didn't make any sense, but it came back to bite them anyway, like you said, because he ended up getting eliminated and struggled a little bit, and they became the villains of the whole situation. Both of them, they really did, just at that instant. So, anything else happened in y'all journey? Because unfortunately, your journey got cut short because of the twins. Did anything else happen that stood out to you?
We can talk about, because once again, they didn't air it, but Bryce and one of our friends were looking for beds. We looked for I think it was probably about 2 hours in total, like 1 hour without the twin. And then the last hour before we got eliminated was with him. And then he was making his decision, whatever. But we were walking around and I had told Bryce, I wish they would have shown it, but it just showed even more that we genuinely knew what was going on. But I told Bryce, I said, if somebody has the opportunity to eliminate 3 people, our asses are going back to Tennessee because that's where we're from. Right. I really wish they would have showed that because it just showed. And Bryce was like, yeah, I think so. And then before we got eliminated, when Bryce and I looked at each other, they had told us that 3 people were going to get eliminated and we knew it was us. That's why
they edited that really good because Blake and I literally said anytime, whenever the money drops and then they say somebody had a chance to eliminate 3 people, whenever they said that, Blake and I just kept looking to each other. It's us. It's us. It's us. It's us. Yeah. We just kept saying that. And then when mine went off, so the order on the show is Jackie, me, and then Blake. But in real time, what it was it was me, and then it went Blake, and then Jackie.
Damn.
So, and there was a lot
about what happened after you got eliminated.
Oh, so after I got eliminated, so it seems like it was so quick on the show, but it was not. I think they were waiting for me to drop like I was dead, but I didn't know because it was so shocking. So I stood there for a minute, and all 200 plus people are looking at me, and so I whisper, I said, "What should I do?" And somebody just said, I don't know who said it, but they embarrassed me so bad. They said, just lay on the ground. And so I just got on the ground and laid
on the ground, and then everybody.
And they were like, "Player 285, just get up, get up and come to the door." I was like, "Oh
my god!" But after that, when he walked through, one of the main producers had told him they were about to take him back because we got some interviews and stuff, but they just didn't air them. Mm-hmm. But they said before you take him back, just keep him right here. The next person is going to get eliminated. I don't want him back there when they come through. And so it was me. So they kept him right there.
Yeah, they wanted me to see that it was him, and I knew it was him because it was such a big gasp. It was so loud. Mm-hmm. That I was like, oh yeah, it's Blake. I was like, yep, that's Blake. He's coming back here with me. It's Blake. Because I was like, I feel like people expected a twin to go home, but both of us, I think that was the biggest shock.
No, I didn't expect it. The whole time I'm watching it, the Jackie situation, I knew when she said it, she was her, but I thought they were going to choose 2 other random people. I just did not think it was going to be y'all. I didn't. They kept showing you guys, so I kept on saying, "What?" They keep on showing them. Are they next? I did say that because they kept putting the camera on you guys, and I said, "Or are they showing them clocking the tea?" Because they are clocking the twins' tea. I couldn't figure which one it was, and I don't know. I think,
and they were so easy to read. You could just kind of tell, they were walking around and I feel like a good bit of them, they probably thought that they were better than a lot of people that were there, and so you could kind of just tell the ego and all the privilege and all that. You could just tell it reading off of them.
I saw that some in Reddit chats, people were saying they didn't like the brothers, and then some people were saying that they liked the brothers because of the fact that they came in and went hard in the paint and was trying to win. So in a competition show is difficult because most of the time the person that is evil or the person that is the villain of the show, normally is the one that gets to the very end or close to winning because they do whatever they got to do to get there, which is what the twins were doing. I think if you had the opportunity, you guys did the same thing. You guys just didn't have the opportunity. You just were doing it a different way and clocking the T and reading people down, all whatever, but still could have got, I'm just saying, and still could have got to the very, very end. It would have still happened. You know what I'm saying? And so so I really hope y'all get an opportunity. I know they're trying to bring back people for season 3. So I really hope you guys can get back on there.
That would be amazing. We would have been a lot more strategic if and Bryce and I had talked about, because the first time that you see us, our friend was trying to convince us to go up there, and I was looking. Bryce initially he really wanted to, but I had told him, I was like, there's got to be some type of catch. I said, if they're splitting up a duo, like obviously somebody's probably not coming back, and that's what I initially thought. But if we would have went up there, I would have just picked 3 random people. I would have just said like people that I had not talked to, and then I would have. And also the twins denied it; they don't show it on the show. But a lot of people were asking them, and they were like, "Did you do it?" And they were like, "No, we didn't do it. We had nothing to do with it. Why would we eliminate twins?" And so that just painted them as a bigger target.
It did. It really did. So a lot of that to me is on the twins anyway, especially with the way they eliminated you guys. It was not done really great. Even with the Jackie thing, all of it was just not. As I get it because it was easier, but still, like you said, I would chose people I did not have conversations with, no interacting. I would have chose the 3 people, and I would have said that's the reason why I'm choosing you guys, because I have never talked to you guys or anything like that. So don't take it personal. I have relationships with other people over here in the back. So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. You guys need to make sure you guys are posting on your social media about Bring Me Back. I see everybody else is doing it. So y'all need to be doing it also, because the fans are voting. And I really want you guys to come back next year, because I think you guys are super strategic. And I think you guys could have gone pretty far in the game. And so please, y'all, make sure y'all do that for me. Okay. So final words, guys. Not y'all rhyme at the same time. Any final words?
I guess my final words would be, like, anybody watching, just apply. Squid Game: The Challenge is a show that's like based highly on luck, but like as you can see, there is a huge strategy portion to it. And it's so much fun. It was an amazing experience, even though it was cut short. It's an amazing experience.
Right.
So many amazing people.
Bryce, final words, baby.
Yes, ma'am. I think that the biggest takeaway for this is I thoroughly enjoyed my experience. Blake and I basically were a part of the O's, but there was not a single moment that I was too upset about our elimination, because we got to meet so many people. When we got eliminated, we thought we were never going to see these people again, and thankfully we were able to connect outside of the show and be able to talk to some of these people every day. We literally still talk to some of these people every day, and it's crazy the connections we made. So for anybody watching, just make sure you go apply. I applied whenever I was at work, literally in 30 minutes, and I got a call back the next day. You never know how many people or who's going to be watching, who thinks you're funny or entertaining. Anybody can.
Well, all right, guys. I really appreciate it. This was a good interview. You guys are super cute. I love y'all. Y'all should work on content together. Y'all really should do content together. I think y'all could do things, because people love twins. Plus, you guys are popping anyway. Personalities there. Y'all clock everybody's tea. Y'all need to be doing some. Not always. Y'all need to be doing content. Even if it's your hair regimen, because your hair is gorgeous. Y'all should be doing different content and get your YouTube channel together. Please let me know when y'all do so I can share it. Please. Please. All right, sweeties. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for your time. Have a great Saturday. No problem. Hold on. No problem, baby. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this, I am the queen of reality TV. Don't get it twisted and don't doubt it. It is what it is. Period.